Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going over Jeff and Lisa's house for dinner. Now, who is Jeff and Lisa? Well, we met them one night at a dinner party before we went and saw a sister act at a theater play. And he found out what we did, and his girlfriend said, oh, that's nice, because Jeff was entertaining the idea of tossing his childhood comic book collection in a recycle bin.
Because Lisa, being smart, was like, I know
Yes.
There's money in that.
So, long story short, when Jeff and Lisa say, hey, do you want to come over for dinner? We say, what dessert do you want us to bring?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Look at that. That's an old Mickey watch.
And this was your mom's costume jewelry?
That's like
maybe my grandmother's.
Your grandmother's
As you
costume?
can see, she tried to sell it at a garage sale because it's actually priced.
yeah.
Yeah.
That garage sale was probably 10 or 15
Is
years
this
ago.
like a cigarette case or what
I
is it?
believe it is.
Wow, look at me. I feel
What
smart.
year is this?
No idea. It was.
Well, it says copyright 1954.
Yeah, and it's 2 boxes. So that's the pieces, like the money and the pieces that go with.
Oh, so this actually
in that
goes.
box.
Okay.
Wadsworth.
Interesting.
Wow. And why don't people monogram stuff anymore? It came back for a little bit, I feel like.
But it hasn't changed in years. So, what is this?
So that is my dad's baseball mitt, and my dad was a left-hander like me.
Wow, I'm a left-hander. This is really cool.
And so he was born in 28, so that would be like his high school mitt.
That's really cool.
And then underneath it in the hat box,
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say, what's it?
it's an actual hat, which was my grandfather's.
Just peek that. Oh, wow.
That's an actual top hat, man.
Yes,
Wow.
That is an actual top
With
hat.
the brush.
with the brush.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, the smell. That smells really good.
That's
Here,
fur.
I believe it might be beaver. And
Wow.
you can see there's paper, like a newspaper
Newspaper?
that's underneath
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I want to get to the newspaper underneath.
State for sale Wednesday, November 29th, 1944.
Oh my God.
And then that is a book of old postcards.
And people love ephemera.
And I think that was my mom's trip to Europe.
Yeah,
It's
that's
either
it.
in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure when.
I'm going to dig. Cartoons. Never seen this one before. Mad 77. Cartoons. Cartoons. I've never seen this. Just black and white comics that had to deal with cars.
Yep. Do you want me
Ooh.
to open those next?
I asked him what's in the bags. No, we can go through here first, yeah. Is that real? Coca-Cola tin?
Mm-hmm.
Senior George was telling me. 1987. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Be a pepper.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that,
Those trays.
like the trays that go with them.
Oh, and the trays to go with them. So where were these a fast food restaurant?
I don't know where I got them. Obviously, I had those apparently since I was a kid and never used them because they were plastic bags still.
And then these with the Hires root beer straws.
Actual hire. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
He buries the lead with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's heavy, guys. Oh, this is heavy. Sealed box of cards, and there's Randy Johnson of the Mariners right there. Ricky Henderson, he just passed away. Ryan Sandberg, 2005. Okay. Red Nova Dragon. Let's say if it's even Yu-Gi-Oh in here.
So I should keep these out for kids.
Ooh, there's some foil cards at the top here. All right. So we got somebody's collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, so you had sent me. All right, so there's Mattel. Thunder Shift 500. This looks 80s.
Late 70s, early 80s. And then
with box. Oh boy, yeah. All right, so what I would do, this appears to have the actual contents of this unit inside, right?
Yes. So these tracks
Yeah.
go with this.
Okay.
These tracks go with this.
Okay. Look at that. That's actually a picture of red line cars right there. These are for red lines. That's how old this is. So this is they got red lines in there too. I just have to figure out what's actually inside. All right, guys, here is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game lot that we picked up. I am pulling all of the very played cards. I don't know if you can see those, but they have like giant creases in them. These are all common cards. So I pulled out probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 common cards that you can just tell are in really bad shape. I don't even want them in the lot, so these are going to get thrown away. These are the common lot, non-first edition that we got. And over here is the common lot rares, and what I am learning is that foil on the name makes it just a common rare. Here are the first edition commons, and then here are the first edition common rares, right? Again, it just has that foil on the top. So back here we have some of the better cards. We have first edition foil cards, we have limited edition foil cards, and then we have common foil cards. Let's go with the common first. Now we come to a common card that has a little bit more value to it because of the foil. Now notice the foil here has the 45-degree angle striations. This is obviously a more rare card. As you can see, it also has the foil in the name. Let's look up the values of these. And this is how it's easy to identify your overall value. Commons aren't going to be valuable, guys. Rares maybe a little bit more. Rares maybe a little bit more. But these commons, first editions, it's going to be based on playability. Some cards are going to be worth more just because of what people want to play, and others are just garbage because of not, the condition, but just simply nobody wants to play that card. All right, so scanning this card right here, it's considered a secret rare card, and it's worth, in light play, medium play, about $5. And that, again, guys, condition is everything. So we have an ultra rare that's probably anywhere worth $1 to $4, depending on condition. So right here, you probably have about $5 to $10 worth of cards. All right, so what we have here, guys, is we have the limited edition foil cards. These are going to be probably, can you see the striations in that one? 45 degrees. All right, so you see that 45-degree striation? That's going to be the most valuable card. This striation is going to be the most valuable card. And then we get to these right here. You notice no striation, no striation. And notice how this one doesn't have the foil name. We get to the next one. That one has a foil name and a foil, but no striations. All right, so we got our first hit, and it's this one, obviously. And then you got to take a look at the overall condition. This is going to be probably light play. All right, so this Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon with the 45-degree angled foil, I just checked, limited edition. It's about a $4 to $10 card. So I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon card expert, but I will tell you what I've learned. First off, Pokemon. What I did is I took a binder to a toy show and I found a guy rifling through it who was a dealer, and he walked away. I walked up to that dealer and said, hey, give me the lowdown. Matter of fact, I'll tell you the one thing that this Pokemon dealer told me: 1,000 basic common Pokemon cards, energy, what have you. To him, it was worth $1. So what I'm going to do again this time is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put these in a binder, have a general idea of what the value is of these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then I'm going to have a Yu-Gi-Oh dealer or expert weigh in on the matter. And I'll give him the same offer that I gave the Pokemon guy. And I said, hey man, if you give me some of your knowledge, take what you want for free. What I'm learning with Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of the same thing with Pokemon. Condition is everything. Playability is number 2. Rarity is number 3, because you can have a rare card that nobody wants to play. Now, I paid $40. He wanted $100, but I literally said, man, based on condition, everything's going to be light play to medium play, and you can kind of see just some of the cards aren't what they're supposed to be. This binder came with it. It's in decent condition. Why I gave him the number is, so these are 2011, 2010 collectible tins. And what you're finding is a lot of these cards are from different sets. Some from here, some from there, some from all over the place, right? But the binder goes for 10 to 15, 10 to 20, depending on condition. These tins empty can go for $5 to $10 a piece. Like if I sold this for 10 and I sold these for 10, that's half of my price right there, right? All right, so what I've learned with the limited edition foil cards, right? Obviously, if they're foil cards with the foil name, they go for a little bit more. And inside that was this card here. I saw listings for $20 to $25 just for this card. Let's say 13 plus 20, so there's, let's say $30 for these, a few dollars for this one. And then this one could be like a $20, $30, $40 card too. So let's say, you know, 40, 45, 65, let's say 80, let's say, you know, $60 to $80 for this stack of cards right here. Okay. These are the limited editions. Those are the most expensive cards that you could possibly get out of a deck because of the striations in. Now, here are some first edition foil cards. See that striation there? We're going to look that one up. See, there's no striation there. It's just regular foil. No striations there. Regular foil. No striations. Regular foil. Again, so the only one I found out of the first edition, you know, super rares, I guess you would call it, because it was foil and a rare foil name. So we're going to look this one up and see how much this one goes for. All right, so what I've gathered is based on condition and values, this is probably a $5 card, and this is probably a $5 card. So these two cards, they're common first editions. This one's considered a secret rare because of that foil. And this is just a card character that people like to play. So $10 for these two cards. So this has been a $40 learning experience that has been super fun. We got 625 cards, 238 basic, 33 basic with rare because of that foil on their name, 290 basic first editions, and then 19 basic rare first editions with the foil on their name, 14 foil basics, 16 limited edition foil, and 15 first edition foil, 625. So I will list that as 600 plus. Plus this Legendary Collection 2 binder that has a little curve to it because of storage wear, but it's still in good condition. I'm going to start that off at $150. Here is one thing you need to know. Although the Yu-Gi-Oh card says 1996, the cards all say 1996. They don't change that until 2020. Yu-Gi-Oh cards did not even come into existence until 2002. So unlike Pokemon, they won't have the year that they were actually printed. You actually have to look at the set of numbers underneath the picture on the right side, which is going to tell you what pack they came out of. Let me reiterate. Know what you're selling. Know what you're buying. I know that there's value in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know there's value in Pokemon cards, but I don't know enough to be able to tell them right then and there. So I always try to get it at a price that I feel comfortable, at least recouping my money or making a little bit more. So they're selling these for $40 a piece. You open them up, there's packs in them, but what they don't realize is every one of these packs has been opened and all the foil cards are gone. So I just had to tell the manager, these are never going to sell for $40, and if they think they're sealed, they're not. Every one of these packs is open. All right, guys, Monopoly boards, they are far too common, far too mass-produced for them to be of any real value, especially condition comes into play. These were well-worn, very dirty, and so we just offered to take them to the flea market and just get rid of them for cheap if we could. But not all Monopoly games are made the same. Check out this Monopoly game, Team Fortress 2. I've actually sold this open box, bought it at a thrift store for $89 and sold it for over $320. Double check those ISP or thematic board games. There is one game Monopoly board game out there that is also worth 3 figures, so look out for that one. As far as the vintage Hot Wheel play sets, we came to agreement of $15 per box. A lot of the stuff wasn't there. The condition of the tracks can also be brittle sometimes, so I basically paid $15 a set for the boxes. Based on all the tracks, extra accessories, and pieces that are available, I hope to take that to a flea market or toy show and just double my money into $60 to $80 for the whole toy lot. All right, we sold 2 comic books, 1 listing, static listing on Whatnot. Believe it or not, and these 2 books went for $20 on Whatnot, and I had them for $18.99 on eBay. So we picked these up at that giant comic book haul at Goodwill. Did a video on it, so if you haven't seen it yet, go back. Hey, we just sold more books, guys. It is these 70s lots of Chronicles of Narnia. I actually have the books faced in. There we go. There's a picture of it. Early 70s. And I sold all 5 of these books for $30 on OfferUp, shipping to Florida. We are going to do a trade. Okay, so here's the trade. I get 3 action figures and $40 cash, and he gets the Night Raven and the Ross Dusty. He came by on Facebook Marketplace, local pickup, for a couple of classified series. We got to talking, and he showed me a picture of some action figures that I might be interested in. And when I saw them, I said yes immediately. My wife and I both said yes immediately. It's not just me, it's my wife too. And I just said, hey, let's do a deal of a lifetime. You're a G.I. Joe fan, and we're a fan of what you got. So let's check it out. What I noticed last night is the canopy. I don't know how you're going to display this, if it's going to be just in the box. Do you have any ideas how you're going to display this?
Actually, it might be sitting up on a shelf.
So you can engage the landing gear. It works fine. The only thing that I noticed was that the clip, I don't know if it's missing, right? But what you're going to do is, if it's going to be supported, it locks in there, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
Right? But if you're hanging it from the ceiling, or if you're trying to keep it engaged, right, it's going to be loose. Yeah. So there was 2 options. You can super glue it. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with, it is what it is, right? These are the characteristics. I call it the attitudes or the personalities of toys. If you have to keep this locked in like that, Gorilla Glue Putty. Yeah. I have a ton of it in this room that you don't even see anymore. Yeah,
I use it for keeping people standing.
Exactly. Okay. So that is the only issue. Everything else is there. I can put it back in the box, but I did want to discuss with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that
little thing.
That works great.
Again, I told you the canopy is missing, or not the canopy. It's called the windshield, the gunnery windshield.
Yeah.
That's like a $20, $25 part, and you could probably just sell that extra missile pod and get some money to buy that.
Yeah, right.
We're also trading the Dusty Tiger Force from Ross. And the big reveal last night was these stick. Let me just take one at a time. Yeah. Ooh, we got ourselves Treasure Island. Captain Abraham Smollett. Dude, when you showed me these, and then this is...
It's Uncle Deadly.
Yeah, Uncle Deadly. I was just wondering what movie he came from.
So it's from the... So when they released... So a little history on the Uncle Deadlies. There's 5 variants of Uncle Deadly. Yeah. This one's from the OMG CNFO exclusive.
Okay.
There's one that's an all glow in the dark. That's another, I think that was a con exclusive. And they have a few others, and they were all exclusives of some sort.
So when I looked these up last night, this was a $50, and then these were $40. So I did 50, 40, so $130. So we're doing 40 plus cash, so $170. So I get the 3 action figures, and then you get, how much wife aggro are you going to get for this?
None.
Okay,
none,
perfect.
Because
come in a little bit.
Because those are going to you, and I'm picking up these, and
she's like, cool. Okay, okay.
With this, it's I'm getting one thing out that I'm not collecting, and another thing.
Let me get the plastic wrap or the bubble wrap. So one last thing I wanted to do is just we shake on it. It's official. All right, official. There we go. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, by the way.
Yeah, it's good to know somebody else nearby that I can...
Yeah. Definitely come to the next toy show in Mesa, dude, they have all kinds of stuff there. You're gonna love it, and once you go, you're always going to like
Stick this guy.
never miss a toy show again. Even if you don't buy stuff, man.
Yeah, well, that was my whole thing with the last ones that were coming up. Is I kind of just wanted to go just to go and look at stuff. But then I end up doing things like this.
And there's all kinds of stuff. You can come in a little bit. Sorry, I should put So you get in the box, the instructions, but the toy shows, man, it's a family thing. You bring your wife, bring your kids. There's all kinds of stuff. How happy. So this is the text I got from the guy. He's like, darn it, I was out of this.
It's pulling me in.
And this pulled him back in.
That's cool.
I was just getting offers just on the box only. Like that's the biggest find.
Yep. So the way this is probably going to be displayed is this is going up on a spot so it can be seen.
Okay.
And then the plane itself, we may end up putting like
Just remember this side's open.
Yeah, like a bracket so that it kind of sits on the wall. So it'll go right next to the rest of my G.I. Joe stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, like I said, I was not. I was out. I was out of vintage.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you, and we'll talk again. Maybe we'll see you at a toy show.
Yeah, absolutely.
See ya. So I just got done with that trade to a sale on Facebook Marketplace for, guess what? More Sonic the Hedgehog, guys. I kid you not. It's hotter than Star Wars. Oh, and there they are right there. The 4-inch classic Sonic the Hedgehog. $15 on Facebook Marketplace. All right, we sold a loose Funko, and the loose Funko Pop that we sold, all right, is a Hangover. What's his name? With Baby Carlos. And I sold this guy for $70 on an offer up. I had it listed for $100. That's what he can go for, but somebody offered me $70. Got this for a few dollars, so $2 into $70. I'll take that, and they can save $30 on the market price. All right, we sold some more books on Etsy. Frozen Heat, Richard Castle, Heat Rises, Naked Heat. These three I sold for $20 on Etsy. All right. We did not sell any shoes, but we sold Lotso. Toy Story 3 Lotso. He still's got his tag. And I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. And I just want to take this 30 seconds to say Facebook Marketplace is getting rid of their prepaid shipping labels February 24th. So you are on the hook for charging the customer shipping. It's going to be a real pain in the butt. Facebook had some of the cheapest, best pricing. I knew it wasn't going to last, but I didn't know that they were just going to take it away altogether. I thought maybe they would raise their rates like everybody else. But nope, as of February 24th, Facebook Marketplace is yanking shipping, and you will have to do it on your own. So, we just want to say thank you to Jeff and Lisa for allowing us to pillage their childhood collections.
For the wonderful meal.
It's not just transactional. We also hang out with them without transactions. We're going to reiterate and emphasize networking is key to collecting and reselling.
And for cool treasure hunts.
Imagine your uncle or a relative of yours who is contemplating tossing Star Wars comic books into the recycle bin simply because they were tired of moving around all those file boxes. So hit up your friends and relatives, let them know, hey, I'm in the business, or I'm looking for these things before they get tossed. We've got some really cool collector's glasses. We've got some
completed some collections. In my collector's glasses.
And what's nice is we can be honest with them and say, hey man, that collection of glasses you sold for $20, we sold 4 of them for $90, and they're happy to hear it because they simply don't have the time nor the will to want to sell that stuff on their own. So it's always great to have those kind of people in your life. We're happy to have Kermie in the family. We have a giant rabbit hole here. We have a lot of work to do because Palisades is out of business. And look at all of those Muppets we have yet to collect.
Oh,
different
boy.
series.
This is a rabbit hole.
It worked out perfectly.
Did you see Uncle Deadly?
Yeah, I want to thank Robert for the trade. Now, I do ask after the camera's off, they still feel the same way, right? Because sometimes you put a camera on somebody and they have a little different feel to their answers. But after the trade, he goes, no, man. He goes, I am super happy. I've been wanting this toy since I was a kid. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? That's what you say on camera, right? But it worked out for the best of us because, man, I don't think I would have traded that toy for anything less than Muppets. Work those connections, always be courteous, and thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. We have a chaotic few weeks ahead of us. We have no kitchen. Our dining room's in the living room. Our kitchen's in the garage, and so we are going to continue the show, but you're going to see different takes and different looks from here on out until the kitchen is done. Until then, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Say it like you mean it.
I did, but you...
No, say it like you mean it. Get up in their face, go, like, comment, and subscribe. That's how you gotta do it. No, you do it. All right, guys. See ya.
Bye.